We got work to do.
Welcome to Highway to Hell, a supernatural podcast. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Christine.
And this week we're discussing season 3 as a whole because this is our wrap-up episode.
Say what?
I know. We're done.
Do you like my kind of little reactions after your intro? I always have some like...
I actually really appreciate it because you're my hype man, you know? Like, or my hype woman.
Whoop, whoop.
So final impressions of season 3. I think I had mentioned before we even started this journey, at least this season 3 journey, that like season 3 was my second favorite season of all Supernatural. I don't know that okay, because I've looked ahead to season 4 and I don't know that it'll hold its title because I'm now like looking at season 4 like, damn, like, girl, you look fine. You know,
I'm
going to
make one of those memes where like you're holding hands or whatever with season 3, but looking behind at season 4.
Yes.
And season 3 is like, what the hell, man?
That's
and you're
exactly
just looking
how
at
I feel right
season 4's ass.
No, totally. But you know, I still love season 3. I mean, I think
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, I can say with full confidence that it's my favorite season so far.
Awesome.
Overall, it was so good.
Yeah. And I think why I always loved it is because it was short. I enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like, not to say that, like, I hate Supernaturals or, like, you know, like I get tired of it or anything like that. But it's more like the way TV is put out these days. It's like, okay, we can handle 10 episodes.
It's so much more digestible.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's actually what's kept me from watching like a lot of older shows all the way through is it's just daunting and I have to be really into it to get that far. Also, if y'all heard something funny, that was my beagle sneezing in the background. So sorry, he was sneezy. But I know. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about, you know, the other shows I've watched that are this like TV format, like, you know, that's kind of running out now and we're just doing like the long episodes like Netflix. Oh, there's your puppy. Okay, I feel better. We're gonna have a lot of puppy sounds this episode.
Yeah. No, totally. And like I think I've mentioned that I was watching Beverly Hills 90210 for the first time now 2 years ago. And some of those seasons are like 34 episodes or like some ridiculous number like that. It's like, why? Just, you know, it doesn't make sense. So yeah,
and like
fact that it was shorter, it was more digestible, but it was also, they were able to really keep track with their storylines, I thought, in a better way.
Yeah, because maybe they didn't like forget what they had done 10 episodes previously or whatever.
Right, because season 2 was, it really was just, I mean, kind of, what's the word? Patchy.
Yeah.
You know, it was full of gaps. So, but we did gain some new characters. And we kind of lost some characters too, in a sense, because there was no Ellen and Joe.
Nope.
At all.
Nope. And we lost the detective guy.
Yeah. We did lose Agent Henriksen.
Character.
He was really great. But we gained in, you know, instead of more Joe and Ellen, we got Ruby and Bella. So trade-off is great.
Yeah, agreed. Very entertaining.
I mean, entertaining for sure. I mean, Ruby, though, even though we had a lot of problems with her, I think it was pretty exciting to have her,
Yeah, it was
just
effective.
show up. Yeah. And I think the first episode we see her like kill a demon with this knife, and we're just like, whoa, what's that? Like, what's going on here? So
I remember those days.
I know.
When I can look back fondly on me being so fucking impressed by Ruby. I was like, who is this chick? She's cool. She's pretty. She's got a fun knife that kills demons,
Right.
And now I'm like, oh, she so sucks.
Yeah. Now we
so
absolutely
jaded.
hate her.
So jaded.
And I did read on the Wikipedia that Katie Cassidy, who portrayed Ruby, that she didn't return because of budgetary reasons, so they couldn't afford her.
Interesting.
And I mean, perhaps she was doing Gossip Girl at this time. Maybe that's why.
That sort of supports one of my prophecies.
Oh, the one that you had mentioned in the last episode.
Yeah, that I think Ruby's going to come back, but in a different body.
Interesting. So we'll have to look out for that, and we'll go over more prophecies too, like later on, because I'm excited to see if you have any more. But the demon Ruby was created mainly to change the perception of demons into more of a gray area rather than the black and white, like their evil or good approach previously used in the series.
Mm-hmm.
And she sort of accomplished that. I mean, although at the same time, it's like, she's just bad news to us. Maybe she's not evil. Well, no, she's evil, but maybe she's like trying to fight for the good, but she's also just like fucking shit up.
Yeah. She's not like straight out evil. She's just really unhelpful.
Yeah,
she's
extremely
super unhelpful. I don't know.
Yeah. But Bella, on the other hand, I really, really enjoyed.
Me too. And I think back on her character as a whole, I just love it. She was really very interesting. There was a mystery about her that we found, that we had answers to at the end of the season. And she was really effective and a good actress. She pulled off the character well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love Bella.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun. I mean, if anything, like, I think that was the issue with Ruby, is that Ruby was fun when we first were introduced to her, and she was kind of this mysterious figure, but then she became like really annoying and kind of just in the way of everything. But like Bella, although like she would fuck shit up for Sam and Dean, like she was still fun to watch,
Yeah, it was still interesting. She wasn't just a Debbie Downer.
Right. And it's so unfortunate though, because the character of Bella was removed due to the negative fan reaction.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a bummer. Isn't that interesting? Like, that's not the first decision they've made on this show based on fan reactions that ended up, I think, in the long run, not being a good decision.
Yeah. The last time I think we talked about that was with Jo. Initially,
That's right.
She had been kind of created as this potential love interest for Dean.
Mm-hmm.
But then fans reacted negatively to it, and they pulled that back and made her into more of a sister role.
So I wonder, do you know why fans didn't like Bella too? Was it for the same reason? Were we just like all super possessive of Dean?
Maybe. Oh my god. It sounds like it, right?
Yeah.
Like, but on the other hand, like,
who is
Sam
this?
has
She is
all
not
of
good
these
enough
other...
for Dean.
Right? I don't know. That's a really great question. Yeah, no, they don't care about Sam. He has all the love interests, but they really want Dean to themselves
to stay single.
Right. I'm trying to find
like some kind of reaction about it.
So The only thing I can see, because I looked up the source where I read this, Kripke admitted that he did away with the character partially due to the fans' hatred of her, and also said he regretted how the writers integrated her into the series. So it doesn't say specifically what it was that made the fans hate her. I know we put it out to our listeners before, because I want to say there are some people that listen that, know, like, or have been watching the show forever. Maybe they've been part of the fandom forever, so they could tell us. I put it out to them. I would love to hear exactly why people didn't like Bella.
Yeah, y'all let us know.
Yeah.
We need some OG Supernatural fans to give us some what the deets were, at that time.
For real. But kind of like Ruby, Bella was meant to be someone the Winchesters have really never come across before. She's self-serving, she steals mystical artifacts for profit, and has no interest in the altruistic or obsessed motives of hunting.
Interesting way to put that.
I know, yeah. That hunting isn't put in a good light at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's unfortunate that we had to get rid of Bella. I think she was a great character. I just wish they would have integrated her better, perhaps, like Kripke suggested.
Yeah, I wonder what he had in mind, like what he would do differently. But I agree. Yeah. It is a shame that we had to lose her, but at least she went in like a really totally awesome way. If they had to get rid of her, it was kind of badass.
It was. And it was pretty sad for her, but it was a great end to her character. So other things about season 3, Kripke and the writing staff tried to mix the style of the simple, pure, emotional first season mythology with the intensity of the second season's self-enclosed episodes. Kripke noted that Dean's demonic deal of the previous season provided the writers with a lot of effective emotional context to play with, and that the writing for Sam focused on the character growing up in order to support Dean, making the character more independent.
We did see that.
Yeah, we did. And it's such a departure from season 2, where Sam is kind of a big crybaby. He, we know that he's like going through this special children crisis, and he still has a lot of moments of immaturity where he needs to, see to Dean to be the big brother in certain situations.
Yeah.
But especially after Mystery Spot, we really did see Sam grow up.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, that was a huge episode for his development. And like we remembered it later toward the end of the season when Dean was going to be leaving and Sam was having to face that again. And we were like, well, Sam's already gone through this once for a 6-month period. That was just a really big deal for his character to be on his own hunting without Dean and like, just go kind of beast mode on hunting. Yeah,
no, totally. And it'll be curious to see what happens in season 4. Will Sam actually turn into Jason Statham, or because he's gone through a little bit more than the Sam of Mystery Spot has gone through? Will he be able to kind of pull it together a little bit more? Maybe he's a little bit more prepped for Dean's death than he was in Mystery Spot.
Totally.
I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, he is a totally different person than season 1 Sam. I mean, Dean in some sense too. Although we still see that Dean is a jokester at all times and a little bit immature in his reaction, at least in the beginning, to the fact that he was going to die. Because he was kind of a
asshole.
I don't know. He was an asshole and a daredevil, and he's like jumping out at vampires, jumping onto vampires in Fresh Blood.
Yeah. What the hell?
So
A little
It's a little
reckless.
crazy. Mm-hmm. But regarding the storyline of the demons, Kripke has said that they try to create this demonic war as a reflection of terrorist cells. And Kripke commented that they were not necessarily organized, and there was a danger in that they could be everywhere. Each one has a different motive. And so the studio had voiced its belief that the series was a little bit suffocating because it just had these two guys always in these like dark, creepy little rooms, and had actually been the ones to suggest that the writers open up the scope of the story and make things more epic.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. But this part's really interesting. So with this in mind, the writers decided to depict the war as large scale. Though Kripke warned that doing so would cost much more money, the studio gave its blessing to exceed the allotted budget. However, the season premiere came in way, way over budget with that demonic cloud.
God.
Prompting the studio to change its mind. Imagine, they're like, okay, yeah, do whatever you want. We just need this big. We need it epic. We want this fucking humongous demonic war.
Yeah. And you can have the money.
However, right. And then they do it, and then they're like, no.
Just kidding.
You can't do that.
That sucks.
That sucks. Yeah.
Wow.
And Kripke noted that this had ramifications for the season and commented, all season we've been promising this demon war, but due to the fact that we don't have 20 million an episode, we really have to pick and choose when we're going to show the battles of that war.
Interesting.
Yeah. And he talks about like how the season didn't really hit its stride until the 7th episode when they introduced Lilith, and that was kind of where they got things back on track, because before then it was aimless. It was just these
I could see that
roaming around.
Yeah. The Supernatural Christmas was its own story with demons. Bedtime Stories was its own story, and that was a weird one. But yeah, I could totally see that.
But that's why they introduced Lilith, to kind of focus that demonic war a little bit more. And I think it works, because before then we were just, like after Magnificent Seven, I think I had suggested, is this going to be like a Inuyasha type of thing where they're hunting after all these different demons? But, having Lilith in the story really gives them a target.
Yeah, agreed. There's a bad guy.
Yeah. And we need that in a story, It makes sense. So, okay. I think I had mentioned this before, but I don't know how much information I gave because we weren't finished with the season and I didn't want to give any spoilers.
Okay.
But this is regarding the strike and how it really impacted the season. And it kind of changes my mind on a few things that we had guesstimated were as a result of the strike. So it states that only 12 episodes were made before production was sidelined by the strike. So that was surprising in itself, because I didn't realize that 12 episodes had been made.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like in the middle.
Fewer than that.
Yeah. So it says, regarding the final 4 episodes before the hiatus, Kripke noted, we were just getting to a point in our storyline when we were really starting to ramp up the mythology and really ramp up both the pace and the size. The story events that happened, both in terms of the mythology and in terms of the lives of the characters. We started rolling with that, and you'll see the increased momentum and increased intensity in these 4 episodes. Because the possibility existed that production would not resume until the 4th season, the writers reordered the final 2 episodes, Jus and Bello, which reintroduced the demon war under Lilith's command and had an epic sweep to it. And that became the final episode instead of Mystery Spot, to establish a jerry-rigged season climax. So initially, Mystery Spot, when they thought the strike was going to, when they knew it was going to happen, I think, Mystery Spot was going to be the final episode. And then they changed it to Jus and Bello, and that was going to be the finale. But
And
then
they were
right
like,
after
just kidding,
this,
we got more.
right after this, the strike ended, and they were able to order a few more episodes.
That is so weird.
I know.
But it kind of explains it. Those
Because
episodes were like bigger.
yeah, they were. They did seem like Ju and Bello. I mean, that had to use up a lot of studio money because we got another Demon Cloud, and we have all of these extras who are fighting Sam and Dean inside of the sheriff's station.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say was in regards to the fact that they were planning on, and I think I mentioned this last episode, but they had initially been planning to build up Sam's powers, and build on that idea, but then it was cut short with the strike. So even though they weren't able to build Sam's powers up, Kripke has said that it did end up making the season a lot more meaner, leaner, and more concise, as they were able to focus the remaining episodes onto the storyline they needed to pay off Dean's demonic pact.
Yep. Which was a great theme. You know, that was what we wanted more information about. That's what we didn't get with season 2, or really in the whole like first 2 seasons when things were leading up with the yellow-eyed demon, and they just really took their sweet time with it.
Yeah.
We just wanted more.
Yeah, no. And I think it's funny because looking at this season with such a close lens, you do see like the issues, and where like Bella kind of disappears and we don't get her storyline until the very end, and the fact that like Ruby wasn't as significant and useful as she was promising to be. But the Dean's storyline, which we start off with and actually end season 2 with, is carried throughout the season, and it's done really, really well. And so they were able to focus that a lot better. And maybe that's why I've always found season 3 successful, because of that.
Yeah, I would say overall, like if you're just looking at the story and just what happened in season 3, it's much more together.
Yeah. And the only other thing that I found on Wikipedia that was interesting is that it was the network that had requested a more colorful look for the 3rd season. I may have mentioned this also on on episode 1, rather, of season 3. Yeah. But even that episode was kind of dark, but I think that you can definitely see, now that we've watched all of season 3 episodes, that it is a lot more bright and colorful, and they really did get rid of all of that dark, moody,
we were
MySpace lighting,
counting the episodes
kind of thing.
in like seasons 1 and 2 that were blue and green and that were dark.
No, yeah, I forgot that it was actually like blue and green lighting.
Yes,
like in different episodes,
like specific colors. Isn't that crazy?
That is really crazy. So I don't know. I actually really like it. I know that Kripke hated it because he liked his broody, lighting, but I really like the brightness. I think it's exciting. It is more fun to look at.
Yeah, it was kind of more real. I just felt more connected to them and the other characters this season.
Yeah. So any other final impressions?
Not from me. I mean, as we basically said, I just kind of feel like season 3 was overall just so much better than 1 and 2. I really enjoyed going through it. I did enjoy that it was short. All seasons should be like that.
All TV should be like that.
But yeah, it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm excited about season 4 because you're hyping that up now. So
I know. I'm terrible. I really am.
No, it's cool. I like that you get excited about it, and it doesn't totally ruin me. Like, it's nice that we're still able to watch some of these episodes and come out with different opinions. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see, Kristen. We'll see if this is any good.
We'll see. Yeah. You might quit after season 4.
Well, that was crap, Kristen. Thanks a lot.
So, on our survey to our listeners, we asked the question, what was the most surprising thing to you in season 3, whether on your own first watch or rewatches? So this is what you guys had to say. So Dean actually dying at the end, that was a big one that was mentioned. I mean, yeah. Like, even though we had seen Sam die at the end of season 2, like, I mean, I don't know. He came back alive, like, right away. Like,
yeah, and you kind of feel like it can't happen again, like they're going to make it out of this. There's going to be something.
Right. And so I remember appreciating that on my first watch. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, they're really making these guys suffer. God, most of these are about Dean going to hell and how every time you think you're ready for it, you really aren't ready. It still breaks your heart in the end.
It was really intense. It was kind of like, it was brutal in the same way that, I guess it was for that episode, the intro where they did the flashback to the Demon Dean, like yelling in his face.
Yeah.
That was so intense and, just terrifying. And that last shot with Dean in hell is similar because his face, there's just so much anguish, and it was really like crisp, just, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's shocking. It jumps out at you. Mm-hmm. You're not expecting it and you forget about that. So 2 people mentioned Sam's relationship with Ruby. One person said Sam putting so much trust in Ruby, and another one said Sam pulling away from Dean to work with Ruby.
Yeah, those are both surprising. I could see that for sure.
Yeah, and
especially the latter.
It does make Sam seem kind of naive for him to trust Ruby so quickly.
Yeah,
I guess.
He does that sometimes. And not to say that he has his naive moments, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, not to say that he shouldn't have trusted her, but it just seemed like it was just so quick.
Yeah.
That he was like, okay, I'm going to trust that she is actually going to help us. And I don't know.
He wanted to believe, I think. But yeah, that was interesting.
And also how little the 7 deadly sins were utilized.
Sames. That was our whole problem with that episode.
I know. I was pissed. I know I was super pissed. Like, what the hell? I mean, the 7 deadly sins, that's such a cool concept.
I totally agree. Yeah. And it could be huge. It could have been its own. That could be a season.
It really could. And just to have like these demons and these like regular human bodies, not really exhibiting like what the 7 deadly sins represent. Like, America's Next Top Model did 7 deadly sins better.
Damn. Call it out.
Yeah. And then the very last one, season 3 is an excellent season. Loved that the show felt like it finally found its footing. Jensen and Jared brought a lot of heart and depth to Sam and Dean.
Agreed.
I think that's a great way to leave our final impressions for season 3.
Yeah, good wrap up.
Yeah. So before we head into what were our favorite and least favorite episodes, here are the final counts of Son of a Bitch and Crying, because as you know, we do track those things. So Dean has said Son of a Bitch 28 times.
Wow.
Since season 1.
Yeah, all around.
That's collective. Yeah.
That's cool.
But quite a bit.
That is a lot.
I know. He's just cussing so much on network television. We have 28 son of a bitches, but like one dick.
Yeah.
In the last season.
What the hell,
The last
man?
episode, I mean. Which is weird. Yeah. Okay. Sam has cried 28 times also.
Oh, poor baby.
I know. And 17 of those have been misty-eyed and 11 have been crying.
Damn.
Like tears.
Damn. That's so much crying, Sam.
I know.
Sweet boy.
And it's funny because Dean's crying is exactly half of that. He has cried 14 times.
Okay.
And 7 have been misty, 7 have been tears.
Okay. Yeah, he really tries to suck it up.
He does. And he didn't. I have to look back at the tracker, but I don't think he cried once this season.
Did he not? Wow.
Just kidding. Only in the very last episode.
Okay. Wow.
He had misty eyes. But you would think, right? You would think because
he's about to die.
He's about to die.
Yeah. But he was more sad when Sam was going to die. Oh.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Oh.
Because he cried quite a bit last season. Yeah. Oh,
honey.
Poor baby. It just goes to show you how much he loves him. It's adorable.
Yeah, he's his weak spot.
So, as far as favorite episode of season 3 goes, I mean, I think it's going to be a 3-way tie. You, me, and the listeners, I think, all agree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not that surprising, really. It was just really good. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, mystery spot. I mean,
Duh.
It's just so good. It really is. It was different. It was funny,
clever,
and sad. Yeah.
Well written.
So
yeah, so good.
What's more to say about that? I mean, we have a whole episode on it. You can go listen to it on Highway to Hell podcast.
What is there more to say? Find out
if you haven't. But what about least favorite episode?
Well, I think you and I probably had the same.
Sorry, that's my dog sneezing.
Oh, they're so sneezy.
Or choking. Hello? Are you okay? You okay? Okay. Sorry.
Just got to make sure they're not choking to death.
Yeah.
No, I think we had the same one as our least favorite episode.
We sure did. Bedtime Stories was a piece of crap. I don't know. It just
no, it was not good. I didn't enjoy it. Yeah, and
it was a fun concept. You know, it just wasn't executed well at all.
No, at all. And I told you that when you had asked me to, pick out my least favorite episode, I just I pulled up the list of all the episodes in this season and looked through the list and reminded myself of what all of them were. And from that, that way I picked out Bedtime Stories as my least favorite. And then later I saw our ranking list and it was the lowest down on the list of all the episodes in season 3 where we had placed it. And I was like, see, I still don't like it. Even if I think about it later and in a different way, I still don't like it. It's just, the rest of the episodes were so good that it would have taken, there had to be a least favorite.
Yeah. And for me, I mean, just to give Bedtime Stories a little slack, for me, a close second was Long Distance Call. And Long Distance Call is second to last on our season 3 list.
Interesting.
So
I think the one that came after that for me was which one was that? I thought I put it down earlier. I'm going to find it and I'll tell you.
Okay. I wonder if it's Red Sky at Morning.
Yes.
Because I remember you not liking that one.
I didn't, no. It was so cheesy.
Yeah. See, I like it just because, hot Johnny Depp ghost and, I don't know. I don't know. I just like it for some reasons, but otherwise it is a bad episode. It was just weird. It was just a weird episode, like badly written.
Yep.
So the listeners, by one vote, picked bedtime stories.
Oh, wow. What was the second one?
The second one was Long Distance Call.
Dang.
And then after that was Red Sky at Morning.
Well, we're just right there. I mean, I didn't love Long Distance Call either, you know?
Yeah.
It just doesn't hold up to the other ones.
No. Oh, and I forgot to mention that on the best episodes, I mean, most people voted for Mystery Spot. Like it's over 50% voted for Mystery Spot. But the second highest vote was for A Very Supernatural Christmas.
Aww, I still really like that one too.
It's really cute. Yeah.
Even though it wasn't like earth shattering or anything, it was just such a good episode.
Yeah. And it, it connected Dean and Sam, and we got to see their childhood and how crappy it was. So it was nice.
And Christmas.
So yeah. I forgot about this. I should have mentioned this when we were talking about Ruby and Bella, but I did put it out to the listeners on what their feelings on Ruby were. The only choices they could pick were love her or hate her.
Pick one.
Pick one, only one. And 52.6% say that they love Ruby.
Yeah.
47.4% say that they hate her.
That's very interesting because I had a feeling you were going to say that the majority of people love her, but that wasn't by much.
No, it's by a 5% difference or something like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely split down the middle. But Bella, it's so funny to think that like fans hated her because 63.2% voted that they love her and 36.8% say that they hate her.
Yeah, man. It's just that, I don't know, something about that decision in the moment. I mean, that's got to be hard, right? You're writing the show, you're getting feedback from fans, you're not exactly sure where to take the show, and you're still figuring that out, and it's open-ended, and you're like, well, I could change it if they don't like it, so you just end up doing that, but then it ends, long run, ends up not being the best decision.
Yeah. And that's another reason why I think the types of shows that we're seeing more and more where they're like, well, especially on Netflix and Hulu, right? Where they're being put out all at once. It's like you don't have that factor where you're hearing fan reactions and possibly getting influenced by that.
Yes.
Because that's just diluting your creative process, right? I mean,
I totally agree. And whatever vision you had when you started.
Yeah. So the next question that we put out to the listeners, but I'm going to ask you first, Christine, and I'm going to answer also, is what is your favorite ship of the season? So there were 4 choices. 1, Dean and Bella. 2, Dean and Lisa. 3, Sam and Bella. And then Sam and Ruby.
Okay, you ready for this? Dean and Lisa.
Because it's so cute.
Yes, because she was the only one. I felt like she was the only one who could have gotten him to stay.
Yeah.
She's the closest thing to a real relationship, something normal that Dean could have had that he actually wanted. Like we saw that in Dream a Little Dream of Me, where he had that fantasy about her and his perfect little picnic in the park life.
Yeah, they were really sweet. Wow, so you went for the sweet.
I did.
I say Dean and Bella, because damn, they had chemistry.
They were my close second. I thought that at first, and then I was like, oh, but Lisa.
I know. I should vote Dean and Lisa.
No. I support your decision too, because they would have had some great angry sex, and I kind of wish that had happened.
I wish it would have happened also. Like even right before they both die. I mean,
I know.
that would have been great.
I know. Why couldn't we have had like, dude, we're both gonna die sex. Let's just do it.
Yeah. It would have been awesome. It would have been so great.
Yeah,
But before it's funny, maybe this is my vote. Maybe I put my vote in here. I don't remember. No, I don't think I did. But before I would have totally picked Sam and Bella. I don't know. After that like dream sequence, I was like, you know,
That was hot.
yeah. I mean, just Lauren Cohan is just hot,
Yeah, she's beautiful.
right?
Totally.
But the fans picked Dean and Lisa. They voted for Dean and Lisa. Mm-hmm. But
I get it. You know, like that's where we see Dean at what he could be and
yeah,
what he most wants.
yes, which we kind of see is, I mean, what is and what should never be. You know, that whole thing kind of showed that he did want a normal life in a sense. So Lisa is that definitely. But a close second was Dean and Bella, which is really interesting.
Oh.
And then one vote after that is Sam and Ruby.
Just saying.
Which I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't either, but if she hadn't been so annoying, I might have been on board.
Mm-hmm. Also, no, never mind. I was going to say, is Ruby a girl?
I don't know. That's a good question.
But I think she is, right? Because she was a witch.
Yeah, that's true.
We learned about her.
We've wondered before if they were like genderless and they just pick bodies that have a gender. I don't really know. I've wondered that a lot with Lilith because I can't figure out her sexuality because she is a little girl so often. Like when it's up to her and she can be anybody, she's little girls. But
Yeah.
then she invaded Ruby's body and got sexy about it.
Yeah.
You know?
And she was Sam.
I don't understand her sexuality. Which, let's be real, I don't judge. So it's really none of my business. But, you know, since we're watching it on this show,
right.
It just doesn't make a lot of sense so far.
Yeah, no. So these are some questions that I put out to the listeners, but I didn't put out to us, but I just wanted to share them. So I asked, what's your favorite quote of the season? Some people said, I lost my shoe, which was Sam in Bad Day at Black Rock. Pride telling Sam he's the boy king.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. I mean, I love the fact that they're calling Sam a little boy and, you know, kind of prissy like a king. Mm-hmm. Somebody said son of a bitch, of course. But I think they specify after Bella has stolen those lotto tickets.
Yeah, that's good.
Which
that was a really good one. Bitch. We like played it over and over.
Yeah. If you fudge and touch me, I'll fudge and kill you.
So good.
Pig in a poke.
Classic. I'll see if you're gonna say my favorite.
Oh, okay. I'm Batman.
Yeah, that was good too. Was that?
That
was season 2, wasn't it? Was that when he was talking about when he threw the pencil into Creedy's gun or whatever?
That was season 3. That's Bad Day at Black Rock. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That's where it's from.
Yeah.
Don't objectify me. Who did he say that to? Did he say that to Bella?
Maybe. Oh, yeah. When she complimented his tux.
Oh, right. And we thought they were going to have angry sex right there.
Such a tease.
Uh-huh. Oh, I like this one. Go be gay for him. Which is a great line from Ghostfacers. And family don't end with blood, of course.
Classic, yeah.
but you didn't shoot the deputy.
Oh.
Which
was just a reference, right? When was that?
Yeah. That was in June Bello, where Agent Henriksen freaks out because he's like, I shot the sheriff.
Oh! Good one.
So,
you want to hear
and then
mine?
the last one, the only one I didn't mention was I don't deserve to go to hell.
Aww.
But I don't know if that's yours.
No. Mine is, do these tacos taste funny to you?
Of course. What? How could I forget? Okay, that's a great one. I'm surprised nobody mentioned it. What the hell?
Me too. I really thought you were going to say it. I love them so much. And then just cuts and he's back.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. Maybe because we're just getting off it, but I'm going to have to go with, yay, it's my birthday every day.
That's okay, silly.
I love it so much. I'm going to say that.
So cute.
I'm going to say that at work like all the time.
Okay.
The other question we put out to the listeners is, what was your favorite monster of the week in season 3? And this was kind of a difficult question now that I think of it, just because we didn't get too many monsters of the week.
No, not as many.
Mostly demons. But people answered hellhounds.
Oh, yeah.
That's a major monster, I would say. Madge and Edward Kerrigan from A Very Supernatural Christmas. They were fun.
That was really good.
Yeah. The terrible human Jeremy in Dream a Little Dream of Me. Really?
Oh, really? No. Oh, no.
We're just judging these answers. That's surprising, though. Just because he was so, I don't know, just weird. Yeah, not weird. Memorable. Other people say Vamps, and specifically the demon girl from Sin City. But the major answer was the trickster, of course.
Oh, yeah. So good. I also liked the, what was that called? The creature in Long Distance Call, even though we didn't like the episode. Yeah. I didn't like the episode that much, but the creature itself was really interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And then the very last question that we asked them is, what was your favorite song of the season? And so one person said Hocus Pocus by Focus. Mm-hmm. Another says Back in Time by the Huey Lewis and the News. Hell's Bells, Vaya con Dios.
Nice.
Which is a fun choice. Wanted Dead or Alive by that
Bon Jovi.
Sellout Bon Jovi. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I don't know anything about Bon Jovi.
Again, and I was like, I'm so mean.
Yeah. No, but I think somebody on Twitter backed us up on all that.
Okay, good. Thanks.
And then, but the overwhelming answer here was Heat of the Moment.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair. I have to say, as far as like listening to the song in the real world goes, like not just a fan of it in the show, I listened to Hell's Bells so much after we heard it in that episode.
Really?
Like, oh yeah,
That's
put it on,
funny.
Downloaded a bunch of AC/DC, put it on Spotify, and like rocked out in my car and at work and just listened to a lot of Hell's Bells.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I can't think of any that stood out to me. There was no industrial, so it didn't.
Yeah.
This music was not made for Kristen. Okay. So that kind of leads us to talk about the ranking of the episodes. So what I've done for the past 3 seasons now is I've shown what is our ranking of season 3 episodes without the fluff of the other episodes. And then also what was the ranking of the Entertainment Weekly magazine ranking. What did I just say? Entertainment Weekly when magazine. They ranked the episodes. Yeah. Them. But I think we've already seen that EW, they really did not do a good job ranking these episodes.
No,
It's just
you told me just a
bullshit.
little bit about it, and it's really weird. You want to maybe hit some highlights?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the
So,
whole thing? I
I
don't
mean,
care.
first,
Whatever. There's
like,
only 16.
our ranking was we have Mystery Spot at the top, of course. Followed by No Rest for the Wicked, Dream a Little Dream of Me, and then Malleus Maleficarum. At the very bottom, we have from the bottom and then starting to go up, Bedtime Stories, Long Distance Call, Red Sky at Morning, and The Kids Are All Right. So EW has at the very top No Rest for the Wicked, Jus and Bello, Mystery Spot, which doesn't seem too weird.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess.
At the very bottom, they have Time Is on My Side, Sin City, and Malleus Maleficarum.
Time Is on My Side is at the bottom.
Yes, it is.
Weird.
And it had some caption like, that the Frankenstein monster just didn't work.
That's so weird.
I know.
Okay.
I know. But what was so weird about their ranking, was they have Bedtime Stories at number 8.
That's what you told 16. Me about. What the fuck? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's what?
I don't know.
It's a terrible episode.
Yeah. Who watched these episodes and ranked them? Like, I really want to talk to you and, talk sense to you because this is weird.
Yeah. I think I'm going to continue to do this just because, like, what the hell?
I'm interested. We've always been like, what the hell? Mm-hmm. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty happy with our ranking of season 3. I couldn't really pick an episode that I wanted to re-rank. I did kind of think Malleus Maleficarum is weird at number 4, but I kind of think maybe we'll start filling in episodes before that.
Okay.
However, I do know you have some that you want to talk about.
I do. I have just a couple.
Yeah.
That just seemed a little weird to me. So, agree with Malleus Maleficarum, currently at number 4. So, my suggestion was going to be that we actually put that at the new number 10, where Jus and Bello is.
Okay.
I just ended up feeling like, I think we put it high because we kind of learned a lot about demons and witches, and we did get some good information from the demon at the end. But it just doesn't hold up for me, continuing to think about the episodes we have in our top 10. Mm-hmm. It's just not keeping its value for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it was exactly those reasons, because we had learned so much and it was very exciting in the moment to learn about it, but it really didn't do much after all, and it wasn't really like an amazing episode. I think it was a lot of fun, and I do agree with you that maybe number 10 is around that area is good.
So it's
I think I may though even like.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're thinking it should go above Jus and Bello.
Mm-hmm. But what do you think?
Well, I mean, I know that I had initially wanted to put Jus and Bello a little bit higher than it is right now, because right now it's at number 10. So take that into account. But I think I do like Jus and Bello a little bit more than Malleus Maleficarum. I think we get a lot more from it.
I can see that too. We could put it in maybe at the new number 11. Time Is on My Side is currently at 11, so it would bump that down to 12. What do you think?
Yeah, and I think I feel comfortable with that. Okay, so we're moving. Malleus Maleficarum is now the new number 10, actually, because we took it from number 4 and it shifted everything up.
Okay. And then the other one that was a little weird to me is Sin City. We currently have that at 17, but it feels a little high. Because even below that, we have
Yeah, that one was actually really
It
bad,
wasn't
right?
good.
The central the central plot was bad, like the episode plot, but I think what was good about it was the conversation between Dean and the
Right. I think
demon.
that's what pushed it over for us. But,
Right.
it
But
was, is that
it's
enough?
not,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's not for me.
And to think that we have it way above a very supernatural Christmas. I mean, that's
I
great.
know. And Home and Devil's Trap. And I mean, these are silly episodes down here, but Tall Tales and Ghost Facers are two of my faves, and they're at 24 and 25. So I don't know. I actually was going to suggest that it go in like around 21, 22 area. But whatever
Okay.
you think in there, I think I would be happier with.
Yeah, I see it definitely below a very supernatural Christmas, which is at number 21. I'm trying to think of it in terms of Born Under a Bad Sign, like whether I like that one better or not.
I kind of don't.
And that's the one where Sam was bad. He was bad.
Bad Sam.
You do not like Sin City better than Born Under a Bad Sign.
I do. I think I don't like Born Under a Bad Sign better than Sin City.
Okay. Then I think that makes Sin City the new number 21.
Cool. Are you good with that?
Underneath. I am.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Awesome. I'm glad you brought that up. Because, yeah, Malice Maleficarum definitely needed to change, and Sin City was looking a little funky right there.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the list, going down all of them, it's like, oh yeah, that was a good one. Oh yeah, that was a good one too. And then it's like Sin City, and I'm like, like I wouldn't really want to go back and watch it, just on its own or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Maybe just like clips of the demon discussion.
Yeah.
That's about it. Cool. Oh, well, I guess I have to put this in the trunk. Boom. Got it.
My boyfriend John texted me earlier, and he does like simulated car racing. He's got like a racing rig and stuff. And he has like a group chat with some of the guys who do racing with him. And someone in the group sent a GIF of Dean saying, "Boom, suck it." Or I guess it was maybe just Jensen in an interview.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
really?
It was really funny.
It's funny because like whenever I'm looking up any type of GIF now, like no matter what, even if I don't put in Supernatural, I feel like I always get Supernatural.
I have gotten some. Yeah, and I wouldn't have noticed that before. It wouldn't have meant anything to me. But right. I get them now for sure.
There are just so many. Okay, so here we come to the very last part of our wrap-up episode, and that is our prophecies. So first what we'll do is we'll go over Christine's season 3 prophecies and see whether or not she was right. So the first one was that remember Tamara?
Yes. Tamara?
We'll use Tamara. Maybe I just spelled it incorrectly.
I think it's spelled like Tamara.
Oh, okay. Well, you said that she will come back in season 3. I mean, we got introduced to her, like, oh, like her and Isaac are new hunters and we're going to get to learn, some new hunters, which we kind of did, right? Uh-huh. We learned about Rufus, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. But no, she doesn't come back.
No, she doesn't. And and I think that was also because Isaac died and it seemed like she was gonna, I don't know, maybe try to get some revenge or just be back for some reason.
Yeah. Or maybe, she's on her own and she's gonna need help at some point. Mm-hmm. Or
yeah, didn't happen.
Yeah. But it's okay. because you did get this next one right.
Yay!
You said that the blonde girl who helps Sam out in The Magnificent Seven is a supernatural creature. Yeah, and a bitchy one.
A bitchy one at that.
Yep.
Turns out.
Mm-hmm. So after Zhu and Bello, you said that Lilith has leverage on Bella and she's hired her to steal the coat / do her work. Which is kind of true. Kind of. Right?
Yeah, okay, so say that again.
Okay. Lilith has leverage on Bella and she's hired her to steal the colt / do her work.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember. I know
that's
Bella
interesting
said that she thought
sorry, go
if
ahead.
she stole the colt, then she could try and get out of her deal with Lilith. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all. You're good. That's interesting. Yeah, it kind of happened.
I mean, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, or like a half point. Are we doing 0.5?
Oh, maybe.
Half points.
Nah, I'll give you a point.
Nah. Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm good at this.
And you're so good at this. Seriously. Okay. And then the rest of these are like predictions from past seasons that may happen, right? And
cool.
Some of them did. So season 2, you said Gordon will come back, which he did.
Uh-huh.
But he dead now.
He did.
Yeah. And then after Tall Tales, you had said the trickster will come back. Which also happened.
I call it or what?
I know. And then the very last thing is in season 1, you said that Mary is not dead. She may be in another dimension. I'm just keeping that one around.
It's just hanging out.
Because it's just so like general and
yeah,
it may happen, you know? Like but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Does hell count as another dimension?
I would say so.
Okay.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you, Christine?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's a possibility, I suppose. Anyway.
So I do have this comment from Kripke here that I think I wanted to mention, but let me get your prophecies first for season 4 before I mention it. And then based on that, let's see if you have any more.
Okay.
Based on what I tell you then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think my prophecies, most of them are the same as when we finished up the last episode. First one was that Sam will use his powers to help get Dean out of hell. The next one is that we'll see Ruby again, but I don't think she's going to be in the same body. And if that actress doesn't return, then that's correct. And that I think that Lilith has some power over Ruby. Last episode, I hypothesized that Ruby is not like in cahoots with Lilith, and that Ruby is trying to kind of like figure out a way to get rid of Lilith because of whatever power she has over her. And I'm going to stick with that. I think I kind of question it a little bit, but from the evidence that I have so far, I think it's my best guess. And then the only new one I have is that I thought earlier that it would be interesting if Dean makes a friend in hell. Like he gets some alliance with like another creature or something, because there's no way if Dean is able to that he's not going to try and get out from his end.
That is so interesting.
Thanks. I know,
I love it.
Interesting. Woman of mystery.
Okay. I know. Just like Ruby.
What you don't know about me could fill a book.
Okay. So this is Kripke's comment. So Kripke said that he disliked the second season finale and how it just ended. And he felt that this episode provided a cliffhanger, meaning the last episode of season 3, that it provided a cliffhanger ending that had people biting their nails. Although the viewer's expectations that Dean would be saved was reason enough, his imprisonment in hell also served as a turning point for both the character and the series. Kripke commented, "You need huge moves to happen that can cause radical shifts in the characters that set them off in a new direction. So what happens to Dean in hell and how Dean gets out become primary concerns of season 4."
Oh, interesting. Man, I'm so good.
So I think some of your prophecies have kind of touched on that, and I'm really, really excited.
That's fascinating. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to come up with anything that's like a more, that's concrete enough to be a prophecy that I think about how he could get out.
Mm-hmm.
But I really wondered. I wasn't positive that they were going to be able to show him in hell. So maybe somehow we'll just kind of like know what he's dealing with, but from the other side or something, because we already know how much of their budget that sucked up.
Yeah.
For that one shot.
For real.
So unless he's like in a cave or a cell or something in hell for a while, and it's real low budget.
Yeah, no, totally.
We're not going to see much of him in hell.
I guess I'll ask this question. We know that we've been building the demon mythology quite a bit in this season. Do you foresee any sort of like continual like more building on that, or like the introduction of any sort of other types of creatures that maybe
I wonder if he would meet Satan. Is he important enough to meet Satan? When we were in Sin City and he was having that conversation with the demon woman, she mentioned that Satan is like their god, right? So I wonder if we're going to see Satan. Also, I forgot that I did have another thought about my prophecy about Dean making an ally in hell.
Yeah.
When Ruby left, when Ruby was cast out by Lilith, where did she go?
Ooh.
Did she go back to hell?
Interesting. Blank face.
Yeah. Okay, just toss that one in there. We'll see Ruby in hell. Ooh. Or are we going to see Bella because he said, I'll see you in hell?
Oh my God.
Probably not, but I wish he would.
I mean, that would actually be really, really amazing.
Right? And he was like, he's right. He was going to see her in hell.
Because we would get our lovely Bella back.
I swear I should have written this show.
Yeah, you should have.
Kripke's like, fuck you.
We both should have. Okay. I have all of this down. This is great.
Excellent. Good stuff.
I know. Very, very good stuff. So we're kind of wrapping up. Now, we will actually not be coming back next week. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, you're a big fat liar. I know. Because we said,
I don't think I like you.
Yeah, because we had said, oh, we're just heading straight into season 4. And we are. It's just that we have a few things that we need to do for our Patreon, kind of getting caught up with all that content. So we're going to take
some extra content for that for sure.
Yeah, we're going to take a week in order to work on that so that we can get you Patreon people some great content. We did we did release the reaction video for No Rest for the Wicked, but I'm having some technical difficulties right now, so I'm fixing that. But in addition to working on some vague Patreon content that I just mentioned,
you're welcome. Get excited.
Yeah, get excited for that, guys. We're also going to be creating another reaction video for season 4, episode 1, which should be really exciting. I'm excited to watch it with you because we learned so much, and I think I've kind of like hinted at it. But yeah, so that's happening, and hopefully I can get all these technical difficulties resolved by then as well, so that we don't have these issues.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. It's our first one like that, so we're learning how to do it and get it out.
Yeah. But until then, though, you guys can comment on all of our social media and how, if you didn't get to already, to tell us how you felt about season 3. Are you guys excited about season 4? What are you excited most about? But no spoilers. That's kind of hard. It's like, okay, about that vague, really general thing. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
I'm just going to keep staying off Twitter. What I've had to do is like post to Instagram and Facebook and then tell Kristen what I posted so she could put it on Twitter and I wouldn't have to get on.
Yeah, it's calmed down a little bit, but
territory.
It's still a little bit dangerous on Twitter right now. Just got to wait till season 14 ends, I guess. And you can send your emails to highwaytohellpodcast@gmail.com. Go to our website, highwaytohellpodcast.com.
Highway-to-hell.
And we've got stuff on there, including our trackers and our maps and stuff that we need to update. But we've got stuff. All right. And oh, yeah, you can call us, too, at 908-516-HELL, 908-516-4355.
Call us. It's been a while since we've gotten a voicemail, right?
It has been a while. And we want to hear from you. I know. I like hear. You guys have to listen to us all the time. Like, seriously? Like, we want to listen to you now. But, yeah, I'm looking at our calendar, and we'll be back for Season 4, Episode 1 on March 4th. Yep, that is correct.
Okay.
So,
cool. We'll see you then.
I know. Until next time, we'll see you on the Highway to Hell. Bye.